Denver Broncos with the win over the Tennessee Titans. What was that final score? 20-12? Off the top of my head? Is that what it was? Denver Broncos 20, Tennessee Titans 12. Broncos get the win to move to 1-0. This was an ugly game as well. Cam Ward's debut.
Yeah.
Broncos defense, man, just making a statement. They sacked Cam Ward 6 times. Cam Ward, in his debut, 12 of 28 for 112 yards. His first pass was a completion for 29 yards, so those numbers look even worse after that very first completion. But Bo Nix was not much better on the other side. Kept throwing the ball to the defense, including 2 interceptions there. Broncos, I'll list the mistakes that they made to help the Titans stay in this game that our friend Josh Norris listed off yesterday. And I'll grab that in a second. But, yeah, Denver did a lot to keep Tennessee in the game, but their defense looked legit and, as we expected, was going to be a challenge for Tennessee against Denver's pass rush and everything they do defensively.
Yeah, so that part, like Denver's defense being really good and causing problems for Cam Ward was relatively expected. We sort of highlighted what a bad matchup that might be for him to start his NFL career with, and it played out that way. However, what we didn't see coming was the Denver offense just being this terrible, with Bo Nix in particular having a nightmare of a game and keeping them in it. And then it required, like, Tennessee had a shot to win this. It was only a 1-score game, albeit an 8-point 1-score game. And then Tony Pollard fumbles the ball away. It's like you just need one,
This was with Denver's, showing signs of life with the run game that they didn't have last year. You got a 50-yarder from rookie R.J. Harvey. You got a really nice 19-yard touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Last year, there were so many games where they couldn't run the ball whatsoever, and it was like, all right, Bo Nix is doing pretty good with no run game, and he's scrambling when he needs to. He just had some rough decisions in this game. It looked like early season, rookie year Bo Nix. But they survived it, right? They survived it. They got Troy Franklin involved a little bit, 4 catches for 44 yards. Cortland Sutton with some really nice tough catches, 6 catches for 61 yards for him.
And that's the trio. Like, it's, that we wondered what dynamic, because Sean Payton just name drops every wide receiver when he talks to anybody. So it's like, well, what is this receiving core actually going to look like when they're playing real games? Obviously, Cortland Sutton is the number 1, but what is it beyond that? Based off this, 2 and 3 are Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims. Like, it's not, certainly not yet. It's not going to be Pat Bryant, being the surprise package as wide receiver 2 or 3. Like, Franklin and Mims are the guys that are going to get the opportunity to be the receiving core.
So Josh Norris laid it out. He said the Broncos basically turned the ball over 6 times because Josh, our friend Josh, he has been pushing for a turnover on downs to count as an official turnover, which I get makes sense. So there's 2 Bo Nix interceptions, 2 turnovers on downs, a Bo Nix fumble, and then Marvin Mims muffed a punt. And the Broncos still won by 8. And there was never a point where I think you were expecting Tennessee's offense to finally capitalize. Cam Ward made 1 or 2 nice throws up the seam. One was dropped by Calvin Ridley when they were down 8. But he was under a ton of pressure. Nick Bonito was outstanding.
Yeah. He's really good.
He is really good. He's also a guest on Spotlight tomorrow with our friend Ari Mayrov. So check that out. Spotlight, NFL Spotlight, wherever you listen to your podcast, but especially here on YouTube, go find it and listen to the Nick Bonito interview. But Bonito, he looks faster than ever. Very quick. He had a new free agent left tackle, Dan Moore, in a blender. And I think he gave Dan Moore a Myles Garrett game. He gave Dan Moore one of those. He beat Dan Moore to the inside a couple times. Incredible quickness. He had one, and then Dan Moore's, he's rushing his sets. He's countering off of that. He had one play where that third step of Bonito, and he's just done. He's just by. His burst, his quickness, really incredible. And he just continued to carry on what he did, his second half surge last year, Nick Bonito.
Yeah, Nick Bonito is really good. There's also a question of, why did Dan Moore get $21 million a year, whatever it was, at left tackle?
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
Bonito,
it was a question at the time.
They had Cam Ward had a little sprint out left, and Bonito split a double team for a sack on 3rd and 3 inside the red zone. He just dominated Dan Moore, and I think he won on the other side one time too. So big game for Bonito in the pass rush. Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that. Hit that subscribe button, and now let's get back to the action.
the kind of late drive where, again, Tennessee's, they've got the ball. It's only a one-score game. It's like, I think it felt like every play was just Cam Ward firing the ball down the seam at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, hoping someone was going to come up with it.
Whether someone was there or not.
Just hoping somebody was going to come up with it. One of them was Chiga Okonkwo, I think, trying to one-hand it out of the air, like trying to literally one-hand a missile out of the air. Didn't happen. One of them was Calvin Ridley. Ridley had a couple of plays where he couldn't come up with them. But, I'm not sure why every throw was like a bullet up the seam.
So I mentioned the 2 turnovers on downs by the Broncos. One of the interesting decisions, 1:05 left, it's 4th and 8. I don't know if you have an opinion on this decision. It's 4th and 8 for Denver. They're up 8 at the Tennessee 36. You could see Sean Payton talking to Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator. It felt like that he was confirming, hey, here's what I'm going to do. You have one of 3 options here from the 36. It's 4th and 8, and they just lost 3 yards on the previous play, by the way. Mm-hmm. You can either go for it, you can kick a long field goal, or you could punt from the 36, maybe take a delay and punt or whatever, and really just try to pin them. Even if it's at the 20, it's still better because Tennessee has no timeouts left in a minute and rookie quarterback. And it felt like he's like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for this. And they went heavy personnel, deep play action, and then Troy Franklin had a step in the secondary, and Bo Nix threw just a moon ball that he missed by 5 yards. Thoughts on going for it there? I felt like, so the long field goal is risky because if you miss it, you're given better field position, but if you hit it, the game's over. The punt is weird because you're at the 36. It's really tough to really get more than 15 to 20 yards of field position, but it might be worth it. And going for it, of course, you want to play away from winning, but it's 4th and 8, so it's not like it's a gimme.
Yeah, I would have taken the shot at the field goal, I think. The second score is huge in that situation.
In Denver.
Obviously, keeping the ball effectively literally ends the game.
Yeah.
But you've got it's not 4th and 2, it's 4th and 8.
Yeah.
It's not an easy pickup. The kick.
It's also a weird play call, too. You go heavy formation on 4th and 8. You're not going to run it. So the play action still kind of worked, but
it doesn't quite end the game because theoretically, they can score onside kick, but it effectively ends the game. And then the going for it thing is maybe the most risky thing you can do because it's 4th and 8, and there's not that many plays you have for something like that because it's a one and done, got to have 8 yards type of thing. It's also, that was such a weird pass that he threw because on the one hand, I kind of understand it because he just put as much air under it as humanly possible. It's like, I'm going to throw this into orbit, and by the time it comes down, the receiver, no matter where he is, will have had a chance to run under it.
It looked like one of those plays where you have 6 seconds left, and the QBs, and you run a 4th down play just to end the game, and you throw it as high as you can to make sure that it takes up the rest of the time. That's what it looked like he was throwing, but he was trying to complete it.
Or the way Chad Pennington used to throw deep balls, which is, look, I can't get it to where you need to be if I, during standard kind of drop back cadence because I've got 45 yards in me. But if I take 1 second to drop back and put it in the air, I'll just put so much air under it that by the time you'll run under it effectively. Because if you put that much air under it, you buy your receiver a lot of margin for error. It can be wildly inaccurate, and the guy's got enough time to basically adjust and get under it by the time it comes down. Only he was still so far, he was so off with it that even with that amount of air under it, Franklin couldn't get under it. That's how off target it was.
It was a strange play overall. They also got stuffed. Your boy Tervondre Sweat stuffed a QB sneak on 4th and inches that would have all but sealed the game. And the Broncos had many ways to finish it on offense, and they didn't.
Right.
Including the muffed punts. They gave the Titans a ton of opportunities, but the Broncos defense looks as advertised, and the Titans offense. The pass protection was supposed to be better. It wasn't.
Yep.
J.C. Latham also got hurt, and he wasn't having the best game anyway. So the pass protection's not better, and the questions about weapons for Cam Ward beyond Calvin Ridley is probably fair. And Ridley also dropped one of Cam Ward's best throws.
I mean, this is one, the pass protection wasn't better, but we definitely need to put the caveat of against Denver's pass rush, which is formidable, destructive, led the league in sacks last year.
Tough
what did they have?
To start.
Six against them in this game? This is probably as tough an assignment as this offensive line is going to have all year. And yes, it failed it, but the bar was set very high.
Normally I like to have a blow-by-blow breakdown on the rookie quarterback's performance. I feel like we didn't learn a whole lot about Cam Ward. He doesn't play in structure a ton, which is I think it's going to go both ways this year. Couple nice throws in there, but a lot of rookie moments. I thought there were some moments where he's trying to avoid the rush, out-athlete them, and it wasn't happening because Denver's legit up front. So I didn't think we get a good read on Cam Ward in this game.
I think it's a similar story to the offensive line. Like, all we know is that he wasn't good enough in this game, but we don't know what that means long-term because this was an extremely difficult assignment for both him and his offensive line. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
And the all-knowing algorithm is convinced you'll also like these videos, and who are we to argue?